keep mulliganing their picks if they decided to. So we'll see what happens here. But all right, finally loading in. I think this should be the last mulligan of the series, unless they both agree to another one. We'll see what that would be. Unfortunately, no Pudge Hook in this one. We do have some very, very nice abilities. Some of my favorites showing up here. Ember Spirit, Timbersaw, Batrider, Monkey King, Void Spirit as well. Some good disables as well there. We've got the Clockwork abilities. We've got Lion and Shadow Shaman, favorites for supports. We have Skyroth Mage, very useful with the long range silence. And it looks like we're probably going to be staying into this game. I don't think there's any... I'm not sure the teams can mulligan. It's possible, but I don't think there's going to be any cause for that. I'm expecting everyone to pick up a stun to begin with. For example, Lion Stun I expect to go very quickly. I do expect a lot of the high value passives to go, so the Monkey King passive on a ranged hero is probably going to be picked up. Could even be picked up by Monkey King again. He's got good right click. Clock was going to go for the tanky passive, not surprising here really. Especially with the first pick. Okay, Mar's going with the Pulse Nova, I believe, for the first one. Okay, and yep, stunned straight away by the support. I'm expecting the silence with the slow here by Skyroth Mage. It's probably the most utility. He's got 2 seconds to go, and it's going to be the stun. Yep, Lion Stun picked up straight away by Zexar. Frostbite, another useful stun, picked up by Mahaximus. Timbersaw going for an interesting ability. Now, actually, Sticky Napalm has some crazy combinations in this game mode. Things like Sticky Napalms into Shackle does ridiculous amounts of damage. So we're going to see whether the Shackle can be countered here. Looks like Faceless Void's going to be picking up, Blop's going to be picking up here, Ember Spirit, Sleight of Fist. Has a great synergy with the hero. I want to just double check whether that applies to his Aghanim's, and I'm not sure that does. Just checking for where it is. Okay, I don't think it's going to be applying to that. So the Aghanim's both, the Remnant and the Aghanim's and the Shard both apply just to the ultimate, actually to be expected there. Okay. Looks like Fish is just going to go for the straight Finger of Death as before, but he's going to use a different kind of engagement tool here. Meanwhile, Girlwoman's going to be picking up some of the bigger passives here. It's got some really nice synergy with the extra range on Monkey King, as well as the bash there. Looks like Blop exactly countering the combination between the Sticky Napalm. But yep, Flame Guard will buff that damage, so that is going to be a combination there. Things like Battery Assault, also going to be terrifying to use. Things like Pulse Nova, also incredible damage. Whether or not he picks up a passive here for survival, we'll have to see. Looks like Zexar's going to be picking up Void's Chronosphere for that utility as well. Now, believe Zexar will be granted movement in that. I'm just going to check what the rules of it is. Okay, so Void will be able to move around in that, so it's just that note there. In case you are wondering, not lots of experience with the ability draft kind of meta. There's a lot of this is being picked up just from tuning into the tournaments and viewing it. I am looking for casters with a little bit more experience who wanted to share, but most of them are part of the tournament at the moment. We're looking to get some more kind of invested individuals as part of the stream in future for sure. So tune in with us for that in the coming weeks. For the rest of the bracket of the tournament. As we're moving into the third picks of all the heroes, that Zexar does pick up the slow as I did expect, but looks like Mahaximus is actually going to pick up the Arcane Seal from Skyroth's hit for the silence. Okay, Thor's going to go for some engagement there. So it's going to be able to close the distance after getting a ton of Sticky Napalm stacks. Flame Shield is very useful on a hero with inherent tank ability, like Timbersaw's body is. And Monkey King's going to go for that guaranteed damage with the God's Rebuke. So Girlwoman trying to pick up as much right-click damage as he can. To answer anyone in chat, there is going to be a delay. This is tournament decree. 4 minutes delay for any stream of the game, no matter if you're an official or not. So unfortunately there will be a delay. And we're going to be having a look there. I think I recognize your name, in fact. I think you were going to be the stand-in for Drugal... Oh, not Drugalgi, excuse me. For Harolds today. But I understand that Ultra Law is going to be taking that space instead. So welcome to the chat, guys. Okay, and when we're picking the last skills of the game, looks like Lasso is going to be picked up by Blop. So that's quite a lot of engagement here. So the Flaming Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. I'm curious if you can do Sleight of Fist Shackles at the same time. I believe you can, because you are able to cast abilities while in the Sleight of Fist. So I want to see whether he does get this long-range Lasso or long-range Shackles. The consistency in Blop's picks in terms of the kit's style is very interesting. So we'll see how that pushes forward. Okay, looks like Zexa's going for one more passive there. I'm Thor picking up the slow. I don't believe there's a damage applied to that. Just the slow and cooldown. I don't think that's going to be anywhere affected by Sticky Napalm. But he does have a nice, simple combo with Flame Guard. And some closing the distance ability. Gorman's going to be picking up the last Mass Up and Ward ability as well. And it looks like we're just going to be seeing the last decisions coming in. About 15 seconds more on the strategy time. I think... Trying to get the big overview. I do think Harolds has the advantage here. I do like what Monkey Kings got drafted. I always favor the Timbersaw builds early on. Sorry, the Sticky Napalm builds early on, because they do have always a surprising amount of damage. But everyone in this game is an experienced player. Everyone knows how to play ability drafts. So I think to be fair, I think if it wasn't the case, I think it would be a fairly even draft going either way. We'll see what both teams decide to do here. Looks like not really any smokes coming out on early. Now we've seen quite a lot of early smokes from the fountain by both teams before, in order to get aggressive wards placed. So wards either here to check for the couriers or wards here. So snipe couriers moving around, also to get that early vision for rotations, and possibly vision for dewarding in the right spots there. But looks like both teams playing a bit careful. There's some respect from both teams coming out at the moment. Goldman moving down to the mid lane. It's probably going to drop that ward very quickly on their high ground. We're seeing Lensk looking about the same here. He's got the sentry on him already. Blop also in the area. Just chopping some trees. Looks like the lanes are pretty secured. Ultra Low's going to be going in the bot lane. He is the stand-in for Harolds today, with Zexar following him closely there. Probably going to be Gowoman, as commonly going to be in the mid lane. Anti-Tank going to be playing on the top lane, most likely, with I Am Thor. And on the side of No Jungle, we've got Maximus and Fish in the top lane. Lensk most likely going to be on the mid lane, with Blop and Big Tauntaun going in the bottom. Now, Big Tauntaun, I've seen him do tons of things. I've seen him go mid. I've seen him play carry. I think this guy can go anywhere. I want to be curious where he's going actually on this mid lane. They're going to collapse on the top rune, but there is no heat here, so it's going to be an even trade of 1-to-1 there for both teams. Yep, Big Tauntaun is going to be moving down bottom. He does drop the observer ward on the mid lane, so the D-ward here will be fairly useful to keep both their vision intact and D-warding the opponent's vision. But I think they're going to be quite the same. All right, I think there was a Sticky Napalm thrown out. I'm not sure what that was for. So Big Tauntaun actually, yep, he is going for the mid lane, so that is going to be him there instead. And he's got 1 point of the Arcane Bolt already, ready to secure the dominance here in the mid lane. Just keeping an eye out on the health on both teams, just to make sure I don't miss first blood this time. One of the viewers already scolding me for that, so I'm going to try my best to make sure I keep my eye out on that. And it looks like Blop taking some heavy damage in the bot lane already. Just going to get the last hits up and showing. So he is going to be last hitting under the tower. Early build is very weak. He's going to be using a lot of consumables. So he's got the Wand, he's got Tangos, and he's got Fairy Fire. So he's just going to be playing very safe, trying to get as much level as he can inside of Fist, and perhaps at 1 or 2 points in Searing Chains for that disable. Meanwhile, on the top lane, looks like the wave is just pretty relaxed. I Am Thor is going to be last hitting against Maximus. Yeah, looks like most likely I'm expecting Gowan to be picking up a wand to counter this Arcane Bolt spam, and that combination here is going to be very useful for Big Tauntaun to just keep chucking on the damage. Yeah, Gowan's going to have to find a way of getting around this. Last hits though, already falling starting to fall behind, in fact. Oh no, actually they're fairly even. Pardon me on that. Alright, looks like the bot lane. Again, not too much action here. Blop again had to force to use another salve. That's the second salve of the evening used. Lenskaz got a third, but he might be using it for himself. He is low. Probably Blop's going to throw him across the tango, perhaps, but they are going to be lasting in the tower. This lane is really hard pushed. There's a lot of stuns on this this bottom lane, so there's good potential for a kill here. Got to keep an eye on those health pools. Meanwhile, top lane. Pretty standard. Looks like Anti-Tank is actually playing the supporty role. Good, trying to contest the pull done by Fish. And there's this combo here. It begins. The Hex does come out. Max is trying to deal some damage here with the battery assault, but not going to be doing too much. Actually, it looks like Anti-Tank's taking a lot of this team. But I am Thor's going to be able to throw him back with one God's Rebuke. And the salve is forced out by him. Looks like bottom lane we're going to have some damage as well. Looks like Lens is taking a lot of the heat here. Ultra Lord's taking some damage as well, but it's going to be Lens who's kind of running for the trees, quite literally. I think that was the full combo by both heroes here. And the first of the Arcane Aura starts to be leveled. Looks like level advantage is slightly in favor of... oh, in fact, I'm not sure if Ultra Lord's going to be comfortable with this. Doesn't have much mana left, but in 4 seconds time he's going to be able to throw another Frostbite. Meanwhile, looks like Gomu forced completely under the tower by Big Tonton. Two Null Talismans playing like a Void Spirit here. And that's the first snipe here. And we're looking at Ultra Lol on the bot lane, getting that kill here, probably from Lensk. Yeah. Yep. And this build is pretty sustained. Stay under the tower, get your last hits, throw him as much damage as you can, mana drain the hero, force him out of the lane, and look at already, Guruman's going to be trying to take the small camp. He has got his bracer finished. I think he is waiting for his bottle to come out now as well. Meanwhile, looks like Maximus is going to be leading the last hits now. Very closely with I Am Thor, so a lot of the damage coming out from bot lane is forcing Blop to have challenges with his last, with getting his last hits. He wants to play it safe. There's a lot of stuns here. We've got the slow, we've got an Earth Spike, and a Split Earth to follow up. So he has to play carefully. And then, yep, nope, I missed First Blood. Looks like it has gone on top lane. Maximus getting that kill on I Am Thor, but it looks like Anti-Tank's going to be cleaning this up. I don't think he's going to have enough follow here. He does have some more sticky napalms, but I don't think he's got enough to chase this down. I think he could have done it, but I think he's respecting the mana pool of Maximus to not shove and force the issue. And there's the damage coming from Blop. There's the stuns, and yep, that's another kill. So 2 kills now in the for the side of Harulds, doing very well there. Their offlane, I do feel like their offlane is the more aggressive one here. I think actually, looks like Maximus is taking a lot of damage on the top lane. He's gonna drop to this flame guard. This combination is actually broken. Sticky Napalm just stacks any damage you have from any abilities, so you can have some really broken things. And Flame Guard is exceptional because not only does it deal a shit ton of damage, it does protect you from a lot of magical damage as well, so it soaks that up. There's not a lot of physical, I think, on the side of no jungle, except from Blop, and Blop only really has Sleight of Fist, and he's not in that lane. So the only way around it, but not really a good way of popping that. Yeah, I think Maximus's build is pretty good in terms of his tank ability, but I'm not sure I didn't expect really the aggression to come out from them. Looks like there's another kill in the bot lane. Big Tonton making that rotation with Finger of Death and a couple of spams of Arcane Vault. And Zexar's going to be retreating under his tier 1 tower there. So good rotation by him. He's going to be moving back to the mid lane now to force Guruman out there. Alright, just going to be... This build is pretty damn good. Got good sustain, going straight for the money. He's got 3 Null Talismans. That's... I'm not sure the Amplification will stack, but that's a good amount of mana regen and stats. So he's going to be pretty comfortable there, sitting close to 1k HP. Meanwhile, again, another dive by Maximus in the top lane, and this time it's going to be Fish who falls, and I'm Thor going to be clearing out Fish first while Maximus taking out
Mine is truly a blessed
the Timbersaw. Alright, looks like aggression coming out of the bot lane here again. Ultra Law looking for that pick off on Lens, just throwing out a little bit of the damage. It does have the Hex to start it off. Zexar though not in the range to do anything about it just yet, but might be wanting to make a move on Blop. I think that's what Lensk is trying to force him not to do. Alright, the first Frostbite comes out, and the Shackles. But I think this is going to be... and they just off the mark with the Splitter, unfortunately. And this might be the death of Ultra Law as Fish comes in, and it does. His spear does land correctly and does secure that kill. Meanwhile, Big Tonto in the mid lane, pushing his agenda. Gerwoman is caught up quite heavily in his last hitting. Probably with that rotation by Big Tonto on bot lane to force the issue. But it looks like top lane, there was a bit of a push by Maximus, but he did get out quite safely there. Everything been used, and he does have a Ogre Staff to try and give him a little bit more HP. Meanwhile, Zexar sitting very low. And this is the case for most of these games, where a lot of the aggression comes out on multiple lanes at the same time. Because of the way the skill builds are, it's harder to kind of predict exactly which lane has the best advantage without looking at rotations. It looks like actually I'm Thor going to be dropping the Serpent Wards here to try and force the issue of the tower. And some TPs are going to be coming out. Big Tonton's in the area, 30 seconds for his... Finger of Death. He's just going to throw out the stuns. I mean, it looks like Fish is just going to go for it, but unfortunately, taking a lot of damage. Lens is going to throw out the Arcane Seal and the Frostbite, but it looks like Anti-Tank is not concerned with that. In fact, it's taken a lot of damage here. Maximus jumping in now with the Fire Remnant. That's going to be cleaning him up. So 1-for-1 trade at the top lane, but that was 3 rotations here, leaving Blop all on his own on the bot lane, and this Ultra Law is looking to contest from every bit of farm he gets. They have vision here so they can see any additional rotations, but looks like Blop's going to be forced into the jungle. Alright, looks like Len's going to be starting to do some stacking. That's probably going to be for Blop. He does have his Orb of Corrosion now ready to throw out as much damage as he can. Meanwhile, I'm Thor. Going to be looking to pick up the Desolator as his first item. With the right clicks that he has, that's pretty sensible option. Time Lock going to be doing some work for him during that once he gets additional levels and the dash comes in nicely. Max up on God's Rebuke with a guaranteed crit damage and a guaranteed knockback is exceptional, especially with an orb effect like Desolator. Looks like Thor's going to be trying to take some pressure onto Maximus. Going to try and be taking some pressure onto Maximus. Thor, excuse me, but it doesn't look like it's going to go well. In fact, it looks like Fish is going to be dropping to Ultra Law's rotation, and Anti-Tech's going to be cleaning up that kill. Meanwhile, Maximus, I think he's not going to get away, and it looks like Thor is going to clean that up as well. So 2 kills going for the side of the safe lane of Harulds. Yeah, it looks like both teams, their offlaners, they're trying to apply as much pressure as possible. Before the 10-minute mark, really, it did look like No Jungle had the advantage there on the top lane, but I think now there are other chances are dwindling, and that top tower falling down is going to be the end of that. Really, it's going to be much harder now to rotate against Thor's farm in the jungle, and very nicely he's going to be now taking this heavy stack in the jungle. I'm going to see if there's any other stacks here. It looks like that's just the only one, but I'm expecting Anti-Tank maybe to pick up more. It looks like Tonton and Lensk looking for some kind of rotation on the bot lane. They have smoked up. Zexar is on his own, but he does have Chronosphere and plenty of mana to throw this out. They need to be quite quick on these stuns. The Shackle comes out first and does the slow. Here comes the Finger of Death, and immediately to... my goodness, 2 Arcane Bolts does seal the deal, and one isn't able to get out of there. So lots of this additional magical damage doing a lot of work for Big Tonton and getting these guaranteed kills. And that's another Finger of Death kill. Well, not exactly. Obviously, he didn't get the first kill straight away. It looks like aggression in the mid, in fact. Mid of Train of Thought. Anti-Tank going to be taking a lot of that tower damage, and he's going to fall to Big Tonton. Meanwhile, it looks like Fish is going to hex up Gerwoman and actually going to drop the Arena Spear, securing that kill, and Maximus is going to be taking that for himself. So some aggression coming out from Harolds to try and push the mid lane tower. That's less than 200 health here. But a good rotation by the rest of the team stops that assault. Meanwhile, Ultra Low going to be sitting under the trees here, probably just trying to push out the wave, taking as much EXP as he can and soaking it up. They have, looks like they are circling, trying to look at where I Am Thor has gone. He's very close to getting it. Switched up his build slightly. It might be even... There's nothing on the courier flying out to him. So it looks like he is going to go for a Maelstrom instead of the Desolator. And again, Girl Woman, this brutal magical assault by Big Tauntaun, just relentlessly throwing out the arcane bolts. And there's it again. Maximus going in now with the... Oh, but I think it's a bit too aggressive. Looks like Ultra's going to be popping the freezing field. I think that's going to be the death of him. Anti-tank covering in as the anti-initiation with the hook shot. And that's going to be the end of our poor Clockwork friend. Oh, it looks like the spear does come out by Fish. It's going to be doing a lot of damage onto Anti-Tank, but I'm not sure he's going to be falling here. The stun does come out from I Am Thor. He did rotate from the top lane. It looks like, again, a really long range spear coming out by Fish, and that's going to secure the kill again from Girl Woman falling. It looks like I Am Thor did find out and clean up Big Tauntaun there somewhere. It looks like he did just fall over here. Alright, it looks like the arena has been dropped by Fish, and looks like, unfortunately, I Am Thor not going to be getting it out of there. And looks like Anti-Tank as well is going to be falling to the Maximus Cogs. So 3 kills for 2, but the tower did fall. And it does look like, in fact, Harulds is still in the gold lead. So wondering whether or not that was worth it. Yeah, but 3 cores of the side of Harulds actually falling for that one, leaving Zaxar. And it looks like Gerwoman just farming. Gerwin's gone back to the jungle now to farm up a little bit. Just use that TP there. Looks like Ultra Low. Just looking to rotate, putting down a couple of wards. And both teams recognizing the amazing ward spot coming out here. So they both dropped these sentries here. And I don't think that blocks the camp. I'm just going to check that, see if we can see. It looks like it's just outside the camp's range. It looks like Ultra Low actually has spotted a friend, but Blop is not looking to be friendly. Interesting build though, with the level 4 Side of Fist, level 4 Searing Chains. But I think it does make sense. He doesn't have the item build to really hold on to Flaming Lasso. Nor is he able to get the shackles on. Looks like Big Tauntaun again. The Finger of Death is going to get another kill. The first Chronosphere coming out by Zexar is going to be throwing as much damage, well, really as much as he can onto Lens, but it doesn't look like it could be enough without I Am Thor's help, and I Am Thor does clean that up with his God's Rebuke and the Boundless Strike. Meanwhile, Ultra Low rotating in, getting the final kill as well onto Fish. And another 2 kills going for the side of them with only 1 drawback. Yep. Alright. Big Tauntaun getting very close to his Aghanim Scepter. This is going to buff a lot on his abilities. Arcane Bolt's going to be even bigger. Time Walk's going to have an additional ability to... I'm wondering here if it does apply the Time Lock. It looks like it does. It looks like there's going to be some aggression, in fact, and unfortunately, Maximus is going to take that fall here. Lenski's about to drop, but it looks like he's going to be able to get out just fine. Bop in the area, getting the first Side of Fish shackle. Looks like Fish is taking far too much damage there. The splits up coming out. He does drop the wards, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Lenski's taking a lot of damage. I Am Thor, though, is probably going to be dropping to this Arcane Bolt, but if you look at all the slows coming out, it looks like Anti-Tank's going to be trying to force them to take this away, and looks like the right click's coming out again. It looks like Big Tauntaun's going to make this fall. Very low HP here, less than 50 at that time, but looks like Blob actually cleans Anti-Tank up. And it's going to be returned. Looks like Ultra is going to be trying to get out here, but he is silenced up. Another 2 seconds, the shackle comes out, and I think that's going to be the end, and Blob does clean that up as well, so 4 dead for the side of Harolds, and German taking this, and this is the strategies coming out from No Jungle. Time and time again we watch their games, and it does seem like every time there's a fight that comes that looks to be not in their favor, they manage to push it back. No matter how the draft has gone, no matter how the lanes have gone, during this mid-game timing, they always seem to make it work for them. I'm going to see if Harolds find a way around this. Looks like Maximus is going to be taking some damage, but look at this build. Aghanims is finished on him. He has got the Fire Remnant ability now with extra remnants and the increased damage as well. And he also has the Bulwark ability where when it's toggled on, he does have these soldiers. Look at the damage the soldiers do, cleaning up creep waves, hitting towers. I think that's permanently talkable as well. It looks like Blop, unfortunately, going to be suffering from a gank on the bot lane. Can't tell if that was smoked or not. Got very distracted by the number of soldiers that Maximus has brought to the party. Anti-tank looks like he's just going to be building a Glimmer Cape. Now, to be honest, I think that's going to be an incredible utility here. He can pop as many Signet Items as he can, pop the Flame Guard, gives him a little bit of the extra tank ability, pop the Invis, and then just walk up to the enemy and force them to take the damage without vision. And if they do have the vision, they have the double effect of these magic resistance, the Flame Guard and the buffed to deal with. Looks like both teams trying to check out where their opponents are. They're on separate sides of the map now. 3 members of No Jungle in the top lane, looking to keep pushing this out. Now the removed cooldown on Bulwark with the Aghanim Scepter is going to be very useful for Maximus, not only for clearing camps, but just being able to feel a little bit safer whenever he needs to be to reduce damage from all angles, except from behind. So I am Thor wanting to take the defense here in the top lane. He does have the Mass Serpent Ward ready to go. Look at the damage coming out from him now. A lot of these right clicks with the bash, with God's Rebuke. He does have a Blink Dagger, and good dodge by him. Maximus not able to get the catch on him by Battery Assault, not be able to proc. And looks like Harulds moving in, trying to secure the jungle back for themselves. Maximus is still here. Fish as well looking in the area, and Lensk is looking for their first kill. They're gonna find Ultra Law, and Big Ton's gonna secure that, but the arena has been dropped. Maximus is still in there. They're gonna leave Anti-Tank and Girl-Woman stuck inside until it drops, and it looks like Maximus is gonna be the first fall unless he can get out. It looks like the one more Fire Remnant left to be used. He does use that to escape, but he is fairly low on HP, and he's rightly going to TP out here. So it looks like Ultralaw going to be the only sacrifice here. Just did walk up too close to 3 members of No Jungle, and they did burst him out quickly before the team could do anything about it. And the arena did a good job of forcing the issue where they didn't want to take that fight any longer. Big Tonton does have his Aghanims finished. It looks like they are going to be trying to engage onto Anti-Tank. Now he does have some tank abilities. He has got his Glimmer Cape already finished and the Flame Guard, but that's going to be helping him tank a lot of his magic damage. But he was silent, so it would have been a difficult thing for him to get away from it, perhaps, if there wasn't from all the right clicks, perhaps, if it wasn't for that silence. In fact, actually, it didn't matter. They do have the warding vision there, so probably just the resist then doing its work. Blop there, finally getting some points in Shackles. Has finished Mage Slayer, so we're just going to have a look. I think that's probably... In fact, Ironthor's going to be having a solo pick over the top lane here. Meanwhile, Maximus is going to be trying to get the return kill and manage to do so with 2 Flame Remnants. That's going to cancel any options of escape if they choose to push the issue. But we're just going to have a look. I think there is purely magic damage coming out from the side of Harolds. They don't have any right clickers. Yeah. So, cleverly done by Blop to pick up the Mage Slayer and the on the Sleight of Fist, as each attack of the Sleight of Fist is going to apply that Mage Slayer on any heroes it hits. So this is going to be extremely difficult for Harolds and co. to find ways of increasing their damage without having to opt into everyone getting some kind of Kayan Sanj. Who's to say Blop's going to be engaging front line? He might just be there to pump this damage, and like this build is suggesting, stay on the back line, throw many Sleight of Fists as you can, get all the passive abilities out, and do as much damage as possible. It looks like Ultra is going to go invis. He does pop. It looks like there was a Lotus Orb pop there, but it didn't look like it provided any safety for him, and they do clean him up. Fish as well, cleaning up some vision here, and it looks like No Jungle doing their thing of pressing the advantage when they feel strong. And it looks like they're just rotating now down to the triangle, wondering what else the build is going to be out from this rest of the team. Anti-Tank is going to be going for this drums. And it looks like a Force Staff is going to be coming out from Zexar. Wondering what I Am Thor. Okay, the only right click I guess coming out from the team is I Am Thor. He does have some good right click. There's the BKB as well on him. Gonna see if now there's any utility on the side. They do have a lasso for a Blop to be able to counter this BKB. And that's probably going to be it, in fact. There's nothing else really that would hold this back. So we're going to see if Thor can be a giant in this game and take over these ganks to be an unkillable machine while the rest of his team deal the damage as well. Or is Blob going to be able to reduce the effectiveness of the rest of Harulds by that Mage Slayer and the rest of his build? With Maximus sitting in front, Reaver already picked up. Looks like he's going for a. Now, why would he build that? Looks like he is going to be building a Satanic. So, want to see what that. Most of his abilities are magical, so I'm wondering whether this is just for the Bulwark ability. Looks like the smoke did break, but it doesn't look like they found anyone with their rotation, and they're going to go walk straight into the Roche pit. Looks like they sense this, though. Looks like Fish on the top lane, and Ledsk is going to be rotating down. They recognize that no one else on the map is going to be showing up. Looks like the arena is going to be dropped now. Meanwhile, Maximus is going to be jumping in with his Sleight of Fist. I'm still going to be getting a kill there with the help of Ultra Lol. Anti-Tank jumping in with the hook shot, and is going to be trying to get Big Tauntaun out, but Big Tauntaun does have his Aghanims jump off his Time Walk as well. Looks like still pressuring the ability, but Big Tauntaun's not concerned. He is just going to kill him, and Zexar going to be doing his best to try and run away. Thor going to come in again with the stuns here. Looks like, I'm not sure it's going to be a smart move, and looks like he's going to fall underneath the tower as the root stopped him, and we're going to get the first tips of the game. Looks like the silencers come out, and the spam of these arcane bolts start coming out on Gerwoman. He does have the HP to kind of survive this, but it looks like Lance is going to be trying to pick it up. And in fact, they turned it around, and Big Tauntaun's going to be falling for being overzealous. It looks like Ultralord did finally get the secured kill on him with the Hex, and then unfortunately that led to his death. Big Blob going to be throwing out the shackles, Sleight of Fist shackles. Sleight of Fist searing chains, really, more accurately. And that's going to be it. Looks like Roche is going to be licking his wounds, half HP, but going to be regening up slowly. Both teams kind of wait for their cores to return. Looks like it's going to go for a Octarine here for the side of Big Tauntaun.
Time is money.
Well, Goeman's almost finished his BKB here as well. Okay, it looks like, I think the Monkey King build actually makes a lot of sense if we look at it with why the Blink Dagger was picked up. The engagement here is going to be quite long range from the rest of his team. If he can blink in, close the distance, get the right-click damage in while the BKB is popped, he's going to be able to clean up as many heroes as he could. The extra range of his right-click already pretty damn good, pretty damn effective, especially with God's Rebuke and Time Lock. So I think that game plan here is pretty clear. Get as much damage as you can done by I'm Thor when the BKB is popped. Get as many kills as you can. Take out the big names by Big Tauntaun, for example, and potentially taking out Blop as well, and then try and get with the numbers collapsing on the rest of the team. Okay. So yeah, Satanic finished by Big Maximus here. I think that's probably just a very tanky purge he wants to use for this game. Probably purge things off like the concussive shot, perhaps even just a purge on the. I'm not sure this can be purged, Sticky Napalm, but we're gonna see what the interaction is here. Again, not the main expert here. Looks like Finger Death coming up by Big Tauntaun in the mid lane. Not a long wait for that to come back offline, but looks like Maximus wants to press this. Jumping in here aggressively, the cogs have been dropped. He does have the shield still going for damage. BKB has been popped here, but it looks like there's going to be killed. Looks like Fish also dies here as well. And there's a Chrono. It perfectly catches two members, but it looks like there's 2 kills already. Zexar and Ultralol going to be following to Big Tauntaun and Maximus respectively. And you know what? The Satanic did work. Kept him alive, kept him tanky, and the Bulwark has been left on. It's pretty useful. No joke at all. He's a tanky beast here. Almost 3k HP. It looks like they're going to be going for the Roche now with that security. No way really for I'm Thor or Gerwoman to be contesting that. They're going to be rotating around the map. Looks like I'm Thor going to be building into the Satanic of his own. And Maximus is in fact going to be the one to be taking this down. That's incredible because now, even if they are able to burst him down through the bulwark with all the healing he's got, with all the tank ability he's got, how are they going to get through 2 lives? So he can just sit under the tower here and they probably force the issue. Those, I believe those summoned soldiers do pressure the tower, do start dealing tower damage as well. It looks like they're going to hold off for the aggression for the moment. There's 4 minutes on that Aegis timer, so they have plenty of time to use this. I'm wondering what next, what's in the plan, what's on the docket for Harulds. Most like hero items haven't changed. Still building up the same things. Amthor rotating around there. Looks like anti-tank finally finished up his drums. It looks like he's going to go for a pipe in the back line. I'm wondering, possibly would this be for the fire remnant, but that's going to be bursted down very quickly. Will still have its place though. We'll still do a lot of utility to prevent things, to prevent damage here, but typically you want to pick it up for things that really Dragalgi, excuse me. Harolds do have things like Freezing Field, Pulse Nova, so on and so forth. Okay. Most likely it's probably for the Fire Remnant entering the game and some of the other abilities that have inherent magical damage. Again, there's not really a lot of right-click damage from both teams. There's only 2 heroes really that hold this. Correcting, someone in the chat did correct me there, and rightly so. I Am Thor does have a lot of the right-click ability. So this is still, though, the pickup of the Mage Slayer is going to be very useful against the 4 remaining heroes, because that's going to be a larger chunk of this proportional damage. It looks like, in fact, Maximus is going to be fighting out I Am Thor here and going to be cogging him up. And look at the damage he's taking. It's barely anything. Meanwhile, I Am Thor is trying to get himself out. I think that's what the Force Staff was for. BKB comes out as well. Looks like there was a bash as well. And he could have bashed it. So the soldier's getting in on the bash on the way through. And that's going to be a kill for Maximus. And he's not done. Looks like Ethereal Shell's going to be procced there. And he looks like he's popping his Satanic as well, but look at the healing he's doing. That continues while he's stunned, while he's disabled, because the soldiers they're going to be swinging no matter what. They're ready to go non-stop, and he can just leave this gone.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And again, Maximus pushing up this lane now. No concern whatsoever. The finger death does come out on Zexa. Going to be trying to do that damage, but Maximus is still pushing his tower. Bit by bit, he's going to chip it out, and he doesn't care if the tower's going to hit him. The creeps are going to be able to try and not even tank this. Looks like again, Satanic's going to be popped. Maximus going to try and get out of this. Split off. He does manage to dodge it. It looks like they're going to retreat now. Anti-tank maybe having second thoughts about that. Going to be jumping in here, but Maximus going to be keeping in with him. It's like, you aren't afraid with me. You should be. And he's going to be taking that kill. Chronosphere coming out as well. Looks like some right-click damage coming out from I Am Thor as well, but he is that rotating down to the lower ground. BKB is going to be popped, and it looks like Maximus trying to escape here. Gowoman also got his BKB popped and trying to throw out as much damage as you can with the Pulse Nova, but I'm not sure you're going to get this kill on Maximus. Maximus just standing in his cogs, feeling very secure in himself. In fact, it's going to go on the offensive. It's going to find Ultra Lol as well. Looks like Big Tonto going to be trying to take as much mana as well, trying to disable them from escaping, but as far as trades go, it's 3 for 2, and Maximus still has that Aegis and ready to probably look at the high ground one more time as the creep wave does push in. There is a catapult ready to push again. Looks like Gowoman going to go for the Aghanims now. Going to be able to give him this Nihilism. Actually, finishing it up straight away. Nihilism now ready to go. I Am Thor not quite there yet with his Reaver. He's going to take the Finger of Death. That's going to be done in 15 seconds there. They're going to try not to clear up this creep wave, but it's not the creep wave that's taking the most damage. It's Maximus. Goman trying to throw in the Nihilism to try and make sure that he takes a second glance to stick around. And he does. The tower does fall, and the racks are exposed, and they are quite low, but they're going to retreat off this here. Aegir's going to be claimed again in 4 seconds, so that's probably the reason why they're not going to be pressuring this. And there it goes. No, Zexar's full staff is finished. This is probably just to stop Maximus from getting easy kills when he does pop the cogs. Alright, and I'll be putting on the net worth now as per request. And we're going to see the net worth. It looks like Maximus near the top of that net worth there with his item build. TP boots now complete. Meanwhile, it looks like Gurwoman is going to be leading the charge here with the BKB, and his Aghanims just finished for himself. Looks like Big Tonton is taking his time. I'm not sure whether he's finished up his... see whether his career is going to show anything there. Looks like not yet. Nothing on these couriers so far, but Big Tonton is going to be changing his mind about getting the Octarine. Looks like he is going to go for Lincoln's instead. He has got 3k gold, so it's possible. It is definitely possible. Again, Maximus pressing his advantage top. Looks like he's going to be building a Yule Scepter.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is probably to stop, to get the purge off before any major damage comes out from the Nihilism, like you noticed earlier. They're going to let the creep wave start taking this, but it looks like Maximus, he's pretty happy to start tanking his tower again, doing the damage. Goemon takes a spear to the face. It's going to be stuck in that cogs there. Now, they're on the tower, so I'm not sure who's the advantage here. Maximus seems to feel like he doesn't have it. He's going to use his Flames Ember Spirit to get out of there, the Flame Remnant. Meanwhile, Big Tonton has been slowly pushing out the bot lane. It looks like Maximus is going to be coming in now to help him out. And that's going to be the last tier 2 for no jungle to take. He does choose to finish Octarine Core, so it looks like that Lincoln's is going to be the next item of choice. Lens on him getting just the 8th lens of the Glimmer Cape, just playing the genteel support.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Bob, however, in fact, Bob's going for a Lotus off himself as well. I think they both recognize the need of protecting. In fact, there's going to be a smoke rotation coming out now. Goemon going to be cleaning up excuse me. Going to be cleaning up NJ first. Big Tonton is also going to be cleaning up Ultralord. I know it looks like Fish is going to be trying to find out where they arrested him. Anti-Tank is going to be hitting a spear. Big Tonton's going to be taking the finger to the death. It looks like Goemon is going to be trying to get out of there. Nihilism being used to try and give him his escape. And Maximus not going to be able to give him the damage with Bulwark. Meanwhile, on the back lane, looks like they have spotted Iron Thor on the behind. And he's going to try and blink out, but looks like he does manage to get it. He's going to keep out Fish actually. I'm not sure whether he's going to be able to get a big Tonton here. Oh, and look at the damage coming out for him. I'm not sure they're going to have the shackles in time. Is it going to be enough magical damage? Because he does have that right click. And there's the... and that's the utility. Blob's first time using that Flaming Lasso, and Iron Thor not recognizing the need to escape that situation. So that's going to be the kill. It looks like mid-Rax does fall now. It looks like Maximus is going to be taking the top tower. Goemon's trying to knock him down as much as he can, but it looks like really Maximus doesn't care. He's just tanking this up. And it looks like Maximus, in fact, is going to be, with the help of Big Tom, is going to be killing Anti-Tank, and they're going to try and escape out now. Goemon popping up the Firefly, going to be trying to close out the distance, but there's no slows from him other than the Nihilism, which is already on cooldown. Now, there's going to be the top tower taken as well. They do drop the wards on top of this to try and force that defense, but yeah, to be honest, Iron Thor not really needing to worry so much about the wards, can drop it whenever he feels like, because the main job for him is to deal that right-click damage. And look at Big Tonton here, soaking up the mana, throwing out as many arcane bolts as he can. It's going to be buffing up his intelligence. Oh, actually, doesn't really do that. It's the double cast within 700 range. So just throwing out more damage as much as he can. Already 8 kills on his finger, stacks on his finger of death, an extra 400, close to 500 damage bonus. Looks like Iron Thor did finish the Satanic in that fight, but I think he is probably going to be saving for buyback, about 500 gold away from this. I'm expecting No Jungle to press the issue on the top lane now. They're going to be, it looks like actually they want to take this Roche first to be a little bit more secure. Not sure if anyone's noticed the double damage on the bot lane yet. So I'm going to see if that's going to be helpful to either. In fact, it looks like Fish is going to be rotating for the rune. He does spot as a DD there. He does smoke and pick it up. And they're going to be rotating now to the Roshan. It looks like Big Tauntaun's going to be picking this up. In fact, no, it looks like he just dropped a item for the courier to pick up. Probably one of the null talismans, in fact. And that is his Lincoln's finished. Maximus does have his Yule Scepter finish as well. He's now going for something more damaging like the crit stick. And it looks like Rod of Atos picked up by Blop. So he's going to be going up for the Gleipnir here very closely. Very shortly, I should say. It's quite a slow Roshan, but wondering who's going to be picking up the Shard. Perhaps Flamethrower might be the way to go here. It looks like they do agree. I think most everyone else has the Shard already picked up. Maximus does have his. Big Tauntaun obviously has his. I think Blop as well. Now I don't think the Shard is that. Yeah, I don't think he likes having the Shard here. Just for the Serpent Wards. It is very good, but perhaps better to have the Firefly. I'm Thor going to be throwing out the Boundless Strike. I never remember that skill. He's going to throw out the Boundless Strike first, trying to deal some damage. And, yep, Maximus is going to stand under, right in front of the 2 racks, right in between 3 of the enemy heroes, and just start chipping over the racks. Meanwhile, it looks like Ultra's going to, in fact, die to that engagement. It looks like Anti-Tank's going to come in the back line. It's getting a huge initiation here. But it looks like the Arena is going to come out there. And look at the damage coming out for the rest of the team. Maximus is going to get another kill. The Gleipnir is going to be finished, and Maximus going in further for more damage. I'm still going to be trying to man-fight him, but there's the Shackles there. Goldman is trying to survive. It looks like a Big Tongue is going to clean up another kill with his Finger of Death. Anti-Tank buying back there. Maximus still not caring, just walking forward. Look how much health he's got. Still 1400 HP with Bulwark on active. Reducing so much damage and dishing out as much as he can. The Bashers as well, and they're going to try and go for Throne. Big Tauntaun, cooldown finishing up now for the Finger of Death. Blop. Asking to call it, in fact. And then German asking to nerf the mana drain. So we're going to be seeing that nerf perhaps in 2 weeks' time. But I'm Thor saying you guys figured out how to win. Alright, good beef coming up in both teams. I think this is probably going to be some good banter that's coming out here. But Blop having a lot of the popularity in this chat. And that's going to be GG. First game going to no jungle. Yep. What can I say? Bulwark is an incredible skill. Put it on a tank. Put it on a tank and give it Satanic. And if the other team has only magical damage, you don't have to worry about it. Just sit tight and yeah, just enjoy. I think, yeah, perhaps the sticky napalms could have been a more of a core build, and the right-click build was definitely the right way to go because, as we saw, the damage reduction from Blop did help, especially in those fights. And there wasn't enough magical, wasn't enough right clicks that could have come out from I'm Thor. We're going to go into a short break just so as I join in the next game. We're going to see what's going on for the last game of the series. This is, just to reiterate, this is the King of the Pool Swiss section of the tournament. You are currently watching No Jungle versus Harolds. Thank you for tuning in so far. We'll be right back.